Hey YouTube, my name is not Satakaiba, but I am MasterSwagKing, and I want to thank Satakaiba for letting me do the guest upload onto his channel. Sata is a very kind, nice, sweet guy. Talk to him over Skype when we're doing our podcast every Tuesday. He hasn't been in it for a couple weeks, but he's a really good guy. Love him. Love talking to him. He's a great man. But yeah, I would like to thank him for this guest upload, and the topic I'm going to be talking to you guys today is about the card game. People always quote-unquote call it expensive, and why cards are expensive in the game we know and love called Yu-Gi-Oh! Okay, so if you guys want to know, this game is quite expensive to how you, per se, want to perceive it as expensive, if that makes sense. Like, I get cards are expensive, but what in life really isn't expensive? If you really look at it from, like, just a economical standpoint, things in life cost money, right? So because when people say, "Oh, they're pieces of paper, they shouldn't cost all this money," well, that's wrong for several reasons. One of the reasons I want to point out very strictly is that, okay, so your house, let's just use that example. Your house is just made out of bricks and like cement and stuff like that, and it's like styrofoam. Not styrofoam, what the heck? If your house is made out of styrofoam, you should probably move. But yeah, your house is pretty much made out of bricks and wood, right? So why would you pay a lot for your house if it's just made out of bricks and wood? You understand what I'm saying? It's like, you shouldn't, just because it's cardboard with basically an artwork of something on it, doesn't mean it's just less in value just because that's just not how things work. That means that, like, just because paper plates are sold for $1, doesn't mean they should be free because they're made out of paper. If that made sense to any of you guys. Okay, so cards being expensive, you have to factor in that hobbies are not cheap. Like, most hobbies aren't cheap, and that's to be expected. Like, Konami is a business. They want to make money. If they didn't make money off their cards, then we wouldn't have Yu-Gi-Oh! And they wouldn't be able to pay the development team, the artist team, the people who make the anime, stuff like that. Everything correlates into money. We need money to be funneled into these cards, so we have Konami as a company to keep making new cards so that we keep getting more sets, more reprint sets like Duelist Saga, more premium golds, more just anything in the game cost money, and no one's going to work for free. So let's go to the development team and just be like, these cards are worth nothing on the paper you make them, because, well, I'm pretty sure these cards are made for like 10 cents, and they're sold for, well, the secondary market sells them for like a lot of money, but the cards themselves are probably made for no more than like 10 cents. I mean, let's just be real here. But how about you go to that development team and just be like, these cards aren't worth anything, so let's just not sell them for anything. They would be like, what? We just worked all this time on creating these cards, and we're going to sell them for nothing? Yeah, we quit. See, then that happens, and the whole company starts falling apart, and you're just like, so yeah, now, so you understand what I'm saying, that, like, just because it's a piece of paper doesn't mean it's not going to be worth anything. The value of something is literally dictated by how much someone is also willing to pay for it, which brings up my next point. The value of something in life is generally always dictated by how much someone is willing to pay for it. And the reason I have to stress that point is because look at anything. Look at chips. Like, chips are what, $1 for a, like, bag? Why do you think we pay $1 for chips? It's because that's how much people are willing to pay for them. So look at the secondary market, just as an example. So at the time of me making this guest upload and recording this video, Rescue Cat Super from the Turbo Pack is like $30, right? Do you know why it's $30? Because that's what someone is willing to put a value on it. Why do you think most sneak peek cards, well, not sneak peeks generally per se, but why do you think most meta decks and meta cards at the time are very high in price? Because that's what people are willing to pay for them. And that's not a bad thing. You know why that's not a bad thing? It's because if it's the best deck of the format, you can't there's very few instances where the best deck of the format costs like $30, where instances like Monarchs and Lightsworn Rulers were a thing at a time, which cost generally less than like $100. But generally, if it's the best deck of a format, it's gonna cost a lot, and that's just how things are. So you're telling me that you're gonna go play, that basically you want to basically get everything for a very cheap price in anything. That's not how life works. So you can't expect Yu-Gi-Oh! To work that way. It's just not going to work that way. It's just because, and a lot of the arguments come from cards that aren't even cost that much, that never even cost that much money. So people are like, oh, why is Dimensional Barrier $70? Well, first of all, it's a secret, and it's really, really good, and that's what people are willing to pay for it. And cards always fluctuate in value, so if you play the market right on certain cards, you can get cards for very, very cheap. I remember one time when Ghost Winter Cherries was like a $50 card. People said it sucked, it's garbage. It went down in price. On Amazon 1 week, I got 2 for like $12. Then it shot back up, and obviously I sold them. But yeah, you have to be willing to play the market. And even after everything I've said, you have to understand businesses are businesses, and they have to make money. And if Konami didn't make money off the cards they're selling to us, then we wouldn't have a game. We wouldn't have packs, we wouldn't have tournaments, we wouldn't have just anything. Everything costs money, and no one's gonna pay for something for free. Like, that's just how it is. And the game, a lot of people complain the game is too expensive. Well, no one said it was supposed to be free either. So, kind of can't get mad at them for that. Like, no one ever said this game is free, and it's definitely not, like, cheap. But it can be cheap in certain things. People, when, you know, I want to get the highest rarity of a card. But if you can't afford the highest rarity of a card, then maybe you should invest into the lowest rarity of a card. You know, I haven't really invested into a high rarity card in forever, unless it's the only printing that it has. Then obviously, yeah, I'm gonna bite the bullet and get it. But I'll generally just invest in the commons and super rares. Like, I'm totally fine with that. Cards do the same thing. Rarities don't affect anything. And so, like, oh, I brick with all these commons. Well, your deck probably just sucks. But that's just how that's just how, you know, I view things. But yeah, just to basically wrap up all of this, the game is not you can't expect a game to be cheap just because you can't afford a certain card or afford a certain deck. You know that if you really want to play a certain deck, you can get a job. I'm pretty sure most people have jobs, but like save a little bit of extra money, you know, and buy the deck. You know, like what's wrong with spending a lot into your hobby? You obviously spend a lot into your house because you definitely need a house. So what's wrong with you spending that into a card game? Just because it's a card game doesn't mean it's any less value. I just honestly hate hearing that. Just because it's a card game doesn't mean it's anything less than what you would put into. And maybe you can take an extra shift at work, make a little bit extra money, save a little extra money. If you know a good card or a good deck is going to come out, save extra money. Get all the stuff like Zodiacs. People were already getting Emeralds, Invokers, and all the stuff they needed way before Zodiac were going to be released. And voila, those people saved money. So yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed my video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Come subscribe to me on MasterSwagKing. Subscribe to Seto Kaiba if you are new to the channel, on his channel. And I want to thank you so much, man. You are a great person, and I hope eventually you reach 100,000 subscribers as well as me. I will see you guys on my channel if you want to come visit, and I will see you guys later. Bye.